And welcome back to Intuitive Energies, and this is your second reading of the day. Now, the readings I do are standalone, so you can watch one or the other and still get plenty from it. But if you watch both in the same day, well, you'll get more, of course. Alright, so the second card for today was To Be Fair. And of course this talks about balancing yourself. In this case, balancing the beautiful solar flare that we got this morning. In other words, the fire energy that's soon going to be taking over your life, and how to balance that with your water energy, which will temper it perfectly. So fire energy tends to just take over and just can really burn down things when you're looking at it. Now this morning we were talking about dealing with relationships or situations that no longer suit your purpose and suit your life. In fact, sometimes we put up with things much longer than we should because we feel like we just got to give everything one more chance to work, to try to fix itself. But sometimes the actual solution is to see the truth of the matter and learn what needs to be learned, and then move forward in the direction that we need to be moving. And to be fair, this is saying that in the past, because we are dealing with a card of the past, maybe you ran away from the situation when an activating card came in to ask you to look at something and deal with it. You just kind of put it on the back burner, ran away, or just let the status quo remain, bringing in balance, but a balance that was hindering you. Now, in this case, I feel that you're going to be really balancing out your life, looking at every aspect now to see how you can heal yourself from within so that you can do it on the outside as well. So, because when you are at peace inside, you will be at peace outside, right? It affects everything around you, not just you. So it may be a time now to balance these things out, okay? And I do feel very much with this card, because if you look in the background, it's almost like the dawn of a new day. And it is time for you to be looking at these things. What else do we have on this beautiful card? Let me see. We have the Owl of Wisdom. On top of your head, we have a beautiful crown and also a mask, but she is not blinded by this mask. You have the Oracle inside within you, inside your body, and you have the... I never realized this, but this deck has another card that says, has a fortune cookie that says Nope on it. The Nope is on this side, and there is, it looks like a stone on the other side, or a crystal of some sort, or an egg, an idea. And I think that's exactly it. What no longer suits you, and what you need to be taking care of, right? So you're saying no to one thing, but increasing the likeliness of this egg of opportunity to come around. What else do we have on this card? There's beautiful clouds, the number 38, which is 11, saying that you have angels and guides on your side. And this dress almost looks like a curtain that's being lifted up here. It's interesting because they had those old curtains or shades that you could just bring down. So it feels like the light has been brought in, or at least that's what I'm feeling for these. So that's very, yeah, that works. That works for you, Pisces, and it needs to be what it is. Maybe in the past you ran away from the conflict, but now it's time to deal with this conflict. It's time to make reparations, but to yourself. You need to be in a good spot in your life in order to get things done. And it's not just, like I said this morning, it's not just about leaving a situation, it's correcting it so that you can live with it. In other words, it could be talking to somebody and making it crystal clear where your boundaries are and what's going to happen moving forward. Everybody's got their own choices to make, so if they stay, if they go, it could be work related too. If an employer decides it's, you know, they're willing to work with you, that's another way of seeing it. But you are drawing boundaries, you're activating within, and you're choosing peace and harmony inside of you. That's the most important part, because you have to start from within to go out, and that's what we've been talking about all week long. The web weaver. this says synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. Exactly. So, right, if you, and you know, you still have here at the bottom the hermits, which we had this morning, the hermit's light. She was sitting in the light seer's deck, sitting with the light inside of herself. So if you look, you are actually writing out, it looks like writing out a game plan. You're using that spark, that light, the four, a celebration to weave, to create the world that you want to be in, the one that you want to live in. It's not just about the people around you. You're making it so that you want this world. This is the world you want, and that's the one you want to be a part of, and you're okay with that. Okay? You're absolutely okay with that. This is an accomplishment. This is a result. I feel, again, Four Wands feels very close to me right here. It's about harmony within you. It's about feeling at home with you. We had that home card all week. It's feeling at home inside of yourself rather than feeling outside of yourself. That's a very profound thing that they're having me say. You ever felt like you're outside of yourself? Like things are happening but not for you but around you. This is bringing that back. It's like putting the soul back into your body and saying, no, home is here and I have to make it so that it's right. So you're writing this out, okay? The light that shines from the hermit to get direction is here. You're not holding it in your hands. You're not looking for directions. You're writing down the directions. You're making a plan. You know what you want. You know how you're meant to feel. And I think that that is the first thing you should be looking at. How am I meant to feel inside? And then make things work around you, okay? Get through the conflict of around you to deal with it. Okay. Okay, Pisces. So I'm going to take a few charms, then we're going to pull some cards. All right. So this is my bowl of charms. Okay. Quite a few came out. Ooh, the big white crystal for the crown chakra. Most beautiful. Okay, so there's a lot coming out here, but that's perfect. Fruits of your labor. Let me turn these around. You have a key. You have the beautiful cameo for my grandmother. The letter P. The letter C. Let me see what this is. Oh, the dragon. Look at you. There's that fire energy. All right. So let me show you. Actually, I'm just going to bring this. Can I bring it closer? Let's bring it closer, Pisces. Can you see this? Okay. So important to begin with, the most important part of this is this t-shirt with the heart, okay? What is at the heart of you? What is at the middle, the center of you? The thing that you've wanted so much in your life. You have to question that part before anything else. Okay? PC, politically correct. A term that's been used. In other words, it's what they're showing me is a lot of the time that means what everybody else is doing. So this is not time for you to do what everybody else has been doing. You need to concentrate on you, on what is important inside of you. The cameo for my grandmother is to say, to picture, she's showing me a different time where people were forced, especially women, were forced to live a certain life. We had a role to play, and I mean, it was what it was, okay? I'm not casting stones or putting blame. It is the history that we have, but it's to bring in an example that at some points women were regarded as, you know, we were the mother, the main parent, the one who took care of the husbands. You know, we were caregivers, and that's the part that she's trying to show me, is that we, as a species, some of us were required to be the caregiver, not the care receiver, but it needs to change. That's the PC. The key is most definitely intuition, okay? The big key is your big intuition, your third, your crown chakra, all that is coming into you, that activation that's coming in. You have it in with the dragon here, but the dragon is small. He's a tiny little dragon. So this is the spark. This is the fire that's coming in to help you. Again, you have a hand with a heart. That's to show a lot of, that is to show a lot of what needs to be at your center. It's right beside the t-shirt. Okay, I do believe that is, what is that? I do believe that is like the squirrel with the acorn. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's the squirrel with the acorn. And you have right here the wine, the fruit. You have the grapes and the wine and the leaves. That all together for me spells of working the fruits of your labor, right? You cultivate the grapes to make the wine, etc. So you have been working a long time on yourself, but without working towards something for you, it's not just about working for the collective, it's working on yourself. There's a big part of it that's being missed, okay? You need to start writing your own narrative to your life without including everybody else every single time. Now, I'm not saying to be completely selfish and never look at anybody else's. If you're intertwined with somebody's life, absolutely it's important to look at these things. But you really need to concentrate on yourself, and you can't make it a wrong thing or a bad thing. That's the other part. A lot of the time we feel it like a selfish idea to take care of ourselves, and it's not. By taking care of ourselves, we actually take care of others at the same time, because we're living in our very best bodies, in our very best spiritual journey, and that helps everybody, okay? When you're restricting and when you're blocking and when you're creating all of these blocks in front of you by doing it for somebody else rather than yourself, you can cause some real damage. Because one day, trust me, one day you're going to have to break out of it. Your body, your soul, your spirit's is going to say, I got to get out, and it's going to cause massive destruction around you. And that's the part that they don't want you to do. They want you to keep the balance. They want you to deal with it instead of just going, it'll be fine, it'll get better. It's to put that light aside, okay, the light that you've been shining on everybody else, guiding the way to help everybody else, and writing your set of rules, okay? Weaving your own web of things that you want to do, to be synchronistic inside of your life, to have divine intelligence. It's right here, okay? And realize that there's cause to and effect to everything you do. Because when you restrict the way you live to help others, it's going to have a cause and effect. And it's not always good. It's not always good. And especially for you if you're hindering or blocking the way you're doing things. All right. So let's pull some tarot here, Pisces. Let's see what the cards have to say. And I'm not saying to be politically incorrect. Politically correct is a term that's used, in other words, to not hurt anybody's feelings, right? So that's the example they were trying to put through. Making sure everybody around us is well or okay. And then, yeah, so this is about personal, okay? This is the 9. This is personal blessings. So, yeah, for some, they call this selfish. For me, I say, in the end, it takes care of others. The 9 leads me to the 10 of Cups, You have to, that's why the 9 is first. That's why the self is first, and then you can serve others. Because once you are well, others can be well with you or around you, because you are whole. You are balanced. Okay? The Magician, the magic, and the World coming out again. 2 major arcanas. One nearly at the beginning. This one is the last one. The Magician always makes me feel it's a balancing out of all the different elements. The earth, the fire, the wind, the water, and the spiritual. All together coming into one. Same thing for the end. It's like using these, about to use these, and using them and completing the cycle with all the elements. And again, it's no different using this fire energy to clear out what needs to be fixed, what needs to be looked at, what needs to be rectified from the past, the way you dealt with things, and then moving forward in a different way, in a more, complete way. Yeah. I'm hearing some of you are saying it would be lonely that way. I won't lie. I've had times in my life where I've decided for my own sanity that I needed to walk away from certain things. And yes, but my main thing is that the people who were always meant to be there have found me, have come back, have made an effort to be there. And especially if I've made an effort to stay connected to them, they've made an equal effort to stay connected to me. And yes, they're not, I don't have a ton of people left anymore, but those are quality relationships rather than quantity, which is surface level and they were very energy zapping, if you know what I mean. In other words, I got to give of my energy and didn't really feel like I was getting anything in return except for getting my energy zapped. So I choose relationships now that are a give and take, and if relationships or situations fall away, I just take it as a sign that it is meant to be that way. Okay, so that's from a personal perspective. And yes, sometimes you get a lot more alone time, but I would rather be alone and in an energy of peace than surrounded by chaos and depleted of energy constantly. That is a personal choice of me. But yeah, you have to be secure enough. But if you do the work inside of yourself, you will get secure enough. You will feel enough at peace and harmony. And I think with age, Pisces too, you get to a point where you just don't want the drama anymore. It's just nothing you want anymore, right? So use this spark wisely. Okay, we're talking about that spark, that energy, that fire, that solar flare that we were talking about this morning with the card of solar flare. It's exactly that. You're getting a solar flare coming in, and it's going to help you clear some things out, to understand some things, to get rid of the miscommunications. Okay, so not all of your relationships or your situation need to disappear, but they need to transmute into something that will help you as much as you're helping them. Let's put it that way. Okay, so it's not goodbye to everything. It's just things need to get shaken up a little bit. Okay, you need to balance those scales out. Whatever the imbalance is needs to be balanced, needs to be fixed. Yeah, you need to take the lead. There's that King of Wands. It's not being wishy-washy at this point. There's an action here. It's not just the status quo, oh, everything will work out somehow, some way. It's taking the lead. It's following your gut feelings, okay? To find that new dynamic so that you can be authentically you, not living for other people all the time, okay? To be energetic in your own life, to be proud of yourself, to be devoted to yourself as much as you're devoted to family, okay? It's to be decisive and courageous, absolutely. That spark is giving you the courage to follow through. Yeah, we're just working on alignment here, Pisces. That's all we're doing. We're getting you aligned, okay? Right, and in harmony. Oh, look. He didn't turn, they did. Okay? So, there you go. So, it's time for you to contemplate. Maybe make yourself a list, okay? And write that in the comments. I'm going to make myself a list of what can be changed. How about that? A list of what I can change today. Okay? It can be the smallest thing that you just, could be just, I don't know, you have keys or sunglasses, and this is the most mundane thing I can think about, okay? That get cluttered on somewhere and you don't have a space for it. Today, I'm going to create a space for it. I'm going to take the lead. I'm going to create a spot and a space that I'm going to put it on every day that's not going to clutter the rest of the house or have me searching for them. And just taking that lead, you have created a sense of peace, a spot for something, and you won't be looking for it anymore. So it can be something as small as that. You don't have to do the big stuff all at once. Just do the little stuff first. Contemplate how you can make your life easier for you, to make your blessings and your life more peaceful and make you more grateful every day and make it easier for you to just walk around in a state of grace, okay? And then things will start showing up in your way, blocks, things that don't feel good, and you're going to realize where you need to do fixes, where you need to look at things, where you need to balance them out. Let that fire energy kind of spark you into action, and then temper it with your water energy and realize, nope, yes, it's an egg of opportunity, nope, it's not good for me, and then go with that, Pisces. I hope this has helped you. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings, and I will be back tomorrow with your magic. Take care.